Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil is coming down unto you, having a great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. Shalom. First off, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashem Yashai Bashem Karkadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are in truth and sincerity, the women, the children, and the confusion of faith who follow. That was Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Speaking about how this devil understands that he has but a short time. To do what? To launch his new world order. To set up everything that he's been planning for hundreds of years. That's why he said he's going to have great wrath. He's going to come down having great wrath. And we are definitely living in these times to see this prophecy come to pass. We are definitely living in the end of the last days. So with that being said, there was a couple of key words that I was just thinking about, and I got some articles as well that we're going to get into. But the first word that came to mind was excommunication. All right, so we're at the etymology of it, and we're just going to jump down to right here. It says um, from past participial stem of excommunicare, put out of the community. Okay, it actually stems from uh, religion and communion, like basically being kicked out of the church. Um, but it's also dealing with society as well, or the community, because with all these laws and all these um, executive orders that are being passed, you're gonna have a whole segment of society that's gonna be excommunicated from society, and you better get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Really, you better have the spirit of the Lord dwelling with you, because we just read the scripture how he's gonna come down having great wrath. All right, so if you're not assimilating to this man's society, as it says in Revelation 13, then you're really not going to have too many choices, especially if you're not one of the Lord's chosen. So, along with this word excommunication, I'm going to get this word exclusion. It says the act of shutting out, non-inclusion. Exclusion, it says, from the Latin exclusionum, a shutting out. Okay, to keep out, to keep shut. Okay, if you're not getting Vanessa, you're going to be shut out of society. And, we have a couple articles here. This is from FoxNews.com. Hannity slams New York City's Vanessa passport protocol. Because the state of New York, really the city of New York, just became the first city to mandate a passport for Vanessa. All right, so we're not going to read this whole article. All the articles will be in the description, but we're just going to get a couple keynotes on this. Let me see. All right, here we go. It says, anyone that wants to dine indoors or go to the gym or pretty much do anything inside, you will need to present documents proving that you have been with Vanessa. So that's automatic right there. It's cutting off. This is the first wave. Okay, this thing is not going to just happen in one night, but it's going to come in waves, so that So that gradualism, if you will. Let's get that word. It says a gradual method of action. Um, uh, a policy of gradual reform rather than a sudden change or revolution. And that's what's going to happen. That's what we're experiencing right now. This is just that first wave. Okay. They're gradually bringing this in. Right now, it's just, if you want to go eat indoors or go to the gym or pretty much do anything inside, if you want to go to a concert, go to the movies, things of that nature, you're going to have dated Vanessa. But pretty soon, that wave is going to expand. All right, and that second wave is going to hit, which is going to be jobs, stores, you know, gas stations, things of that nature, things where you can get that you need goods and services for your everyday life. Those type of places. Those are the places, your WalMarts, your Targets, these really mom and pop stores too, because there's going to be a mandate. And as a matter of fact, I seen a video with Governor Cuomo. He already said that if you're caught selling without, them showing that proof of Vanessa, then it's going to be a penalty against you. So people aren't going to be willing to lose their business behind, selling you some goods. So these waves are coming, and like I said, this is just the first wave. You know, and this is all a step to control the people, and really they're taking it even a step further. Like I said, this is all about mind control, gradualism, and eventually locking this place back down. Okay, it says along with Vanessa requirements, the NHI director Dr. Francis Collins told CNN that parents should wear masks with their children in their own homes, sparking outrage. Like, I have to wear a mask in my own house. This is but people believe this stuff. People eat this stuff up. Okay, it's crazy, but this is the control. E wants that control over you. So I kind of skipped over a point that I wanted to make. Bear with me. I'm saying I know I'm kind of all over the place, but going back to the excommunication, going back to the exclusion, it brings a precept to mind, which is Ezekiel 9, and which here we go. Ezekiel 9 and 6. I'll start at 5. The point is in 6. It says, "And to the others he said in my hearing, go after him through the city and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women." Okay, that's speaking about these last days when all hell breaks loose, and it's gonna be the thick of things in Jacob's trouble. Okay, but it says, "But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin in my sanctuary." And they began at the ancient men which were before the house. So let's get this word mark. All right. Remember, we're speaking about excommunication and exclusion, because if you don't assimilate to this man's society, you will be excluded. You will be excommunicated. So let's get this. All right. It says, it's like it. Uh, Strong's H8420 Tav says a mark as a sign of exemption from judgment. Okay, so by being excommunicated from the society, okay, and being a man of the Lord, it's going to exempt you from the judgment that's going to hit this place. That's very important. Okay, because the word says to come out, not come out of my people, to because it is polluted, it will destroy you even with a sword of destruction. Okay, that's that's the whole point. Because the it says the scripture says that the world hated Yahweh Shai. So if the world loves you, if you have love from the world, then you can't have the love from Yahweh Shai. You can't eat from both tables. Because if you were love the world, or I'm butchering. Let me get the scripture. Yeah, here we go. This is John 15:19. It says, "If ye were of the world will love its own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you." Okay, you are excommunicated because the world hates you because you're not trying to get that Vanessa. You're not trying to get with Vanessa. Okay, so because the world hated you, as it hate, going back to verse 18, it says, "If the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you." So the Lord was cast out, and so is his men. So or will his followers be. So you're right in line. All right, because Vanessa is the precursor to this Mark. Let's see what Mark is talking about over here. Okay. It says verse Revelation 13:16, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, so let's see what this one is talking about. This is Strong's G5480, and this is a charagma, a stamp or imprinted mark. Okay, a thing carved, sculpture or graven work. So it's going to be uh, a thing carved in your hand. Okay, which is the RFID chip, and this Vanessa is the precursor to that. If you're taking Vanessa, then you're going to take that the MOTD or MOTB, excuse me. So it's just a matter of time. I got these two other um, articles, and then we're gonna close it out. It says this is from NPR.org, dated from today. It says panic buying and transport lockdowns in Wuhan. It feels like the early again. It feels like 2020 again. Is basically what they're saying. And you see the people in the store buying up all the food. Why? Because they know that they're going back on lockdown. Let me see. Here it goes. It says authorities have also ordered mass testing in the city of 11 million where the sickness was first detected before it spread around the world. Panic buying by worried residents followed new lockdowns there. There's one more. Give me 1 second to find it. Yeah, here it is. It says, although officially the latest outbreak appears to be relatively small, health authorities have reacted aggressively in an effort to keep the sickness from regaining a foothold in the country. Since Wuhan first became the epicenter of the sickness in 2019 and early 2020, China has moved to squash outbreaks whenever and wherever they occur, quickly implementing lockdowns and mass testing. So these people know that they're about to go back on lockdown. And the general public of America should understand that same thing. Lockdown is coming. Australia's on lockdown right now. I don't have the article on it, but Australia's on the lockdown right now with the military. So you do the math. So we got this last little article, um, and this is from today also from Cincinnati.com. It says J.D. Vance, Vanessa passports threatened to become a weapon against us. So it's obvious they're using it. They're using it as a weapon against us. It says Vanessa mandates are all the rage these days. Google will require one of their employees, and federal employees will be required to get one too. Apparently, over the objection of the postal workers union. So, if it's going to Google, which is a major company, if it's going towards the military and federal employees, you best believe it's coming to a job near you. Okay, like I said, this is just the initial wave. This is just the beginning of sorrows. But things are going to get much, much worse. Things are going to get a lot darker because if you don't take the charagma, all right, if you're not, you know, sleeping with Vanessa, then you're going to be excommunicated. You're going to be on the outs looking in. Which, if your mind is still in this world, you're not going to be able to take it. You're going to crack. You're going to break. That's why you need to harden yourself right now in these times while you still can. Harden your mind, your body, and most importantly, your spirit. Okay? Disconnect from this place, man. Unplug from the matrix. There's nothing good about this place. But these things must come to pass in order for us to get this salvation. All right, so with that being said, I hope you were edified. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Krakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are learning the truth and sincerity, the women, the children, and the confusion of faith who follow. Shalom.